Hello, my name's Tony Platten. I've got the privilege of being the president of the Rotary Club of Blyth in this our centenary year. The club was formed in December 1924 and it was a very different organisation to what we see Rotary engaged in 2025. It was a very formal organisation in the good old days. The high and mighty of local business were largely members. And over the years, it's changed significantly. I joined the club in 1981. The things that we get up to now, again, are totally different to what we used to do. A lot of business used to be transacted in the very early days, and Rotary was formed as a business organisation. All of that has changed, and we're now very much focused on being a part of the community. This, our centenary year, we've continued many of the projects that we've run for the last decade. We deliver Christmas parcels to needy families who are recommended by local schools. This year we upped the ante from 70 families to 100 families, and we delivered over 600 cartons of food, gifts and various other things to those families right across Blyth. We also continue our work with the Royal British Legion. For about the last 10 years we've helped during the Remembrance Week to collect poppy money at primarily the Asda store, and we have a very good working relationship with lots of organisations in the Blyth community. Asda store in particular, they support us with our hamper appeal. We also have a youth division which has only recently been started. I'm delighted to say that the lady who runs the leader of our youth organisation is currently the mayor of Blyth Valley. So once again, the relationship between the town and the local community is cemented in many of the things we do. I've just been to a project this afternoon, the Slicks Employment Bar in the marketplace in Blyth. In a little over a few days we'll be doing a repeat of our Hadrian's Wall fundraising sponsored walk, where we will be walking a section of the Roman wall. Again, this is typical of the sponsored activities that we get up to. We've got members of the club taking part in the Blyth 10k marathon, and again we'll have a presence there. And we'll also have a presence at this the 80th anniversary of VA Day in Blyth. So all of the activities that we try to involve ourselves with very closely now. In the past perhaps we'd give donations to these organisations, but very much now we're intimately involved in a practical way to help project the activities of Rotary to all members. Our vintage car rally down at the beach, sponsored by the local fish and chip shop down there, is always a great event, but it's not unusual for us to attract 1,000 visitors to the vintage car rally. Again, we don't make a charge for that event. All we want to do is try and get the community working together and getting to know each other, so we can spread the word that the community is very important. I'm looking forward to handing over to our Senior Vice President Jim in June this year. As you can probably imagine, this centenary year has been a little bit busy, and I could only do it without the support of our Senior Vice and Junior Vice. And we have a council meeting every month to manage the organisation of the club. So we like to think that we're moving with the times, but at the same time staying with the traditional organisation of the club. And I think that's probably all I've got to say about the Rotary Club of Blyth, a well-established organisation that continues to thrive.
The worldwide Rotary movement started in Chicago in 1905. By 1912 the first UK club was established in London, and in 1915 a club was established in Newcastle. The Rotary Club of Blyth was established in 1924 with Newcastle and Whitley Bay being the sponsoring clubs. From its inception, the Rotary movement was very much a business-focused organization with strict rules regarding the seniority of members within their companies. By the time the world celebrated the millennium in 2000, Rotary had changed considerably and was very much focused on service to local communities and international causes. One of the earliest pictures of members probably at their annual dinner dance. The tailcoats and evening dresses gives an indication of which section of society they were drawn from. The club still meets each week. The first meetings were in church halls. Sometime in the 1920s it was decided that a meal should be served and the club moved to Marshall's Cafe. The club then moved to the King's Head Hotel and then later to the Star and Garter. An image from the 50s reflecting how times have changed in Rotary. Typical members in the late 50s, all of a certain age, reflecting their positions in their respective employment. Compare this with recent members in later images. Probably the most ambitious project ever undertaken by the Rotary Club of Blyth was a 4-day employment exhibition in 1957. It was opened by Kenneth Horne, a famous broadcaster star of the popular BBC radio show, Much Binding in the Marsh. The event was held in Blyth Grammar School and attracted 80 exhibitors and over 11,000 visitors. One of the club's significant contributions to the town in the 60s was the purchase and repurposing of a house in Croft Road as a meeting facility for war veterans. As well as providing a meeting place, away days were organized for war veterans. Many would regard the 1980s as the heydays of the traditional Rotary organization. With over 70 clubs in the district and 3,500 regularly attending district conference in Harrogate. The image shows members at a meeting in the Steamboat in the late 80s. Members at one of the last meeting at the Spartan Hotel in 2017. Current members of the Rotary Club of Blyth 2024 to 2025.
Hello, I'm Jim Schofield. I'm the Senior Vice President of Blyth Rotary. I'm responsible for club service. Club service means simply service within the club, by monitoring the organisation and smooth functioning of the club's affairs and administration. This centenary year, I've been responsible for arranging the centenary dinner dance and the President's Night, and involved in other major projects including our car rally and many more. Next year I shall be President of Blyth Rotary, which will be a great personal honour.
Hello, my name is Adi Keo. I am the club's chairperson for membership. My vision for our club is to increase membership and to ensure the club's sustainability long term. Currently, in the 100th year of Blyth Rotary, we have 45 members, from which 2 are corporate members. As the chairperson, I'm always looking to recruit potential new members, and I use all my community connections in order to do so. I'm a great believer that our members are the club's lifeline, and ensuring, the club will be here for the next 100 years. Outside of the membership committee, I'm also the junior vice president, and in the Rotary year 2026-2027, I'll be the club's first ever female president.
Reasons to join our Rotary Club. Friendship and fellowship. Connect with a diverse group of professionals who share your drive to give back. Business development. Expand your professional skills and network. Personal growth and development. Strengthen your connections and take action through service. Leadership development. Develop leadership skills. Citizenship in the community. Make a difference in your local community. Continuing education. Learn and grow. Fun. Enjoy social activities. Public speaking skills. Improve your communication abilities. Welcome to our new members, Ola Ajitaru and Liz Bauhay. Welcome to our new member, Kevin Webb. Welcome to our new member, Kay Tilley. Welcome to our new member Wallace Bath, Colin Thompson corporate member Laird's House.
I'm a Blyth Rotary. We've been around since the 1900s and we're involved in most of the community groups in Blyth. We raise funds for them, we help them get organised, and we join events at Ridley Park that they're doing to raise funds for themselves and on the beach. The committee we have is made up of local people. We welcome refugees and asylum seekers. For 100 years we've helped Blyth. And we do that with the help of local people. 100 years helping others, our members helping children and parents all over the world. Local people have also helped in Ukraine, in Uganda, in Afghanistan. 100 years helping people who need help all over the world. And we are worldwide. We share knowledge and we get supplies for them. They're just people like us. 100 years helping. And over the next year, you'll see us in Ridley Park, in the quayside, all around Blyth, raising money, some for local issues, and some for those problems abroad. But Rotary is bigger than Blyth. There are Rotary clubs all over the world. We're twinned with one in Solingen, in Germany. We've been out to Uganda to help build toilets and water tanks, help them improving their health and building their water filters for them. We raise money here to help them. And in Myanmar, and in Africa, and Ukraine, in fact anywhere today that they need help. And clubs like us are all over the world. That's Rotary. People like you and me, helping people like you and me. So help make Rotary make a difference to those most in need. Join Rotary.
Shelter Box began in 2000 as a Cornish Rotary Club's Millennium Project. With the support of Rotary members and clubs around the world, Shelter Box grew to become an internationally recognized, independent disaster relief organization. Since 2012, Shelter Box and Rotary have been official project partners in disaster relief. Each year, Rotary helps us to go further, support more people and access areas that would otherwise be impossible to reach. Shelter Box are project partners with Rotary International, a global community of 1.4 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers. Shelter Box aims, like ours, to create positive, lasting change in communities at home and all over the world. By working together with Rotary, Shelter Box are able to collaborate and combine resources to ensure that we can support more communities in desperate need of shelter after disaster. If you want to help make a difference in the lives of individuals in need of spectacles, then donate to the Specsort project. Specsort was founded by Ruth and Colin Perrott with support from their Rotary Club, York Ainsty. For the last 30 years their volunteers have been collecting and sorting used spectacles into libraries of cleaned and measured spectacles. These are then shipped to communities in need in Africa and other parts of the world. Optometrist Ruth Perrott has made 16 trips to Africa to provide spectacles and training to communities in Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Malawi, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Tanzania. Your donations are sincerely appreciated by the Specsort team and all those who will benefit from them. Mercy Ships uses hospital ships to deliver free, world-class healthcare services, capacity building, and sustainable development to those with little access in the developing world. Founded in 1978 by Don and Diane Stevens, Mercy Ships has worked in more than 55 developing countries, providing services valued at more than £1.2 billion and treating more than 2.7 million direct beneficiaries. Our ships are crewed by volunteers from over 50 nations, with an average of over 1,300 volunteers each year. Professionals including surgeons, dentists, nurses, healthcare trainers, teachers, cooks, seamen, engineers and agriculturalists donate their time and skills. With 16 national offices and an Africa bureau, Mercy Ships seeks to transform individuals and serve nations one at a time. Operation Orphan exists to keep orphans and vulnerable children around the world safe, warm, healthy, and learning. In August 2023, a decision was made to support the charity Operation Orphan. The type of support we could give was to collect warm clothing, knitted blankets, hats, scarves, gloves, and large knitted or crochet blankets for children orphaned by natural disasters or conflict. Collection points were arranged and the donations started to come in. As the word spread, local community groups more so in the Blyth area began to send in their knitted and crochet squares to be converted into blankets. Some contributions came from the Blyth Fibromyalgia and Chronic Pain Group. On the 14th of May, Rotarian Fiona and husband Paul and Rotarians Colin and Judy drove down to Beeston to deliver the collected items. The donations were fantastic, to which we were very grateful for. 52 children's warm winter coats, 100 plus hats, scarves and gloves, 5 bin liner-sized bags of warm tops, fleece blankets, 42 hand-knitted jumpers, 43 hand-knitted 6-foot blankets, numerous wrist warmers and neck warmers. Keep a child warm, ensuring children live in a nurturing and supportive environment. To have clothes, shelter, and a safe and warm place to lay their head. To know they are loved, to know they are known, and to know they are not alone.
Hello, I'm Janet King, and my role on council is vocation. I organise 2 main events for Blyth Rotary. First is Burns Night, which is an evening to celebrate Robbie Burns. I organise the venue, the 3-course dinner, and engage Rotarians in roles such as the cutting of the haggis, the lads and lasses toasts, and there's also poems, acting, and a lovely raffle at the end. The second is the Blyth Rotary Carol Concert, which is held in St Cuthbert's Church on the Christmas Tree Festivals Week, where 20 Christmas trees are decorated and line the church by organisations and groups from Blyth. The music is provided by the Ashington Colliery Band, which play a selection of carols and popular music, a great start to everybody's Christmas. I also do the nominations for Citizen of the Year. Anybody can nominate someone for Citizen of the Year. Usually they don't have to be a Rotarian, they can be somebody from an organisation in Blyth who they feel has gone over and above an outstanding service towards Blyth.
celebrations on Burns Night with Bill Thompson, performing the Tam O'Shanter. Tam O'Shanter is a wonderful, epic poem in which Burns paints a vivid picture of the drinking classes in the old Scotch town of Ayr in the late 18th century. The tale includes humour, pathos, horror, and social comment. Bill Thompson, The Stabbing of the Haggis. Burns Night, one of Scotland's most beloved holidays, starts with Scotch whisky and climaxes with a passionate stabbing of a haggis. Every year on January 25th, people around the world gather to read poetry, drink whisky, and, most importantly, celebrate haggis. It's all in honour of Robert Burns, the 18th century poet who wrote Address to a Haggis in 1786 and who is considered the national poet of Scotland to this day.
Hello, my name is Laurie Wise and I'm this year's Youth Services Chair on the Rotary Blyth Council, a post with which I've been involved for a number of years. In this, our centenary year, I'm happy to say that we continue to have good relations with all primary and secondary schools in Blyth, together with Seton Sluice First School. School staff tend to change quite often, but we can demonstrate to schools and students that over the years we've continued to offer our assistance and support despite changes in their governance. In the past 10 years, we've had several schools represent us in the Rotary Great Britain and Ireland youth competitions. Several entries have gone on to represent our district at national level, and a young environmentalist team from New Delville Primary School won the national award in 2023. In 2012, we initiated our Junior Citizen of the Year Award, where we honour young people nominated by their schools seen to be outstanding in their social activities. In 2013, we planted a Jubilee tree in each of our schools to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. In 2016, we were able to assist in the funding of breakfast clubs in 8 schools who had expressed a desire to help students to be better prepared for their daily studies. I'll give you a run through on my activities over a typical Rotary year, which starts in July. In July, I arranged presentations by our incoming President to Junior Citizens of the Year prior to the end of the school year. In August, I arranged for candidates to attend RYLA, which is the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards courses, currently being held in Upper Teesdale. In September, I start liaising with schools to identify schools' liaison staff who will be involved in Rotary Blyth's Christmas Hampers programme. In October, I make arrangements with RYLA awardees for their certificate presentations at a district event in a North East hotel. November, I ensure the school nominations for the Christmas Hampers are in order and forward them to a Rotary Blyth Hampers coordinator. I also arrange for our spring bulb planting event on Rotary Way, where primary schools are invited to take part on a rota basis. December, I collect youth competitions entries from the schools and carry out an assessment to select local winners to represent Rotary Blyth at the district level of the competitions. Into January, I prepare competition certificates for local entries and arrange presentations by our President at participating schools. February, circulate schools to request nominations for their Junior Citizens of the Year. Arrange certificate presentations to any of our youth competition representatives who have been successful at district level. March, liaise with local organisations to advertise the next RYLA course and interview applicants and forward nominations to the district coordinators. In May, I collect the Junior Citizen of the Year shields from participating schools together with their nominations. School shields are taken for updating and small individual shields are ordered for each junior citizen. In June, participating schools are asked to identify a time and date when presentations can be made to their Junior Citizen of the Year. I'm expected to attend monthly meetings of the Council of Rotary Blyth to report on any current activity. It's my intention to maintain a good relationship with local schools and youth organisations, including our Rota Kids and Interact groups, which are run by Rotarian Aileen Barris and her team.
Blyth Rotary Club, Purple for Polio. Spring each year sees a beautiful purple carpet of crocus blooming in many communities across Great Britain and Ireland, thanks to the purple crocus corn planting to raise awareness of the Rotary fight for a polio-free world. Traditionally, Rotary Blyth supply local schools with crocus corns to be planted in autumn and bloom in spring. They are among the first spring flowers, green leaves appearing in late winter and flowers in early spring. They will spread and multiply, creating drifts of color over time. President Tony attending New Delaval Primary School to present a Rotary Junior Citizen of the Year award to their student Amirha for her outstanding attitude and social skills. Rotary Great Britain and Ireland Young Photographer Competition 2025. After budding young photographers from all over Great Britain and Ireland submitted their photographs, the results for Rotary Young Photographer 2025 have finally been decided. The Rotary Young Photographer Competition gives participants the chance to express themselves through photography and interpret the competition's annual brief in an imaginative way. Each year, the participants are provided with a theme to focus on, and this year the challenge was to produce one photograph based upon wonderful water. Local and district heats were organised by Rotary clubs from around Great Britain and Ireland before being whittled down to the selection that was submitted to this year's judges of the national final. Rotary Young Photographer is one of many youth competitions hosted by Rotary Great Britain and Ireland with the aim of helping young people express their talents in a competitive environment. Contact your local Rotary Club for further information. Rotary Great Britain and Ireland Young Photographer 2025. Junior Category Winner, Archer. New Delaval Primary School, Blyth, Northumberland. Mushrooms in Ice. President Tony presenting Archer with a trophy from Rotary Great Britain and Ireland. Archer had submitted an entry in the Rotary Young Photographer competition and after passing through several stages of the competition, was eventually named as the national winner in the junior section of the competition. Well done to both students Amira and Archer, you are both a credit to your school and our community.
My name is Gerald Wallace. I currently have the community chair with Rotary Blyth, and for my sins, I'm a district governor-elect of Rotary in the North East. Since December 1924, Rotary Blyth has always tried to support the people of the town whenever possible. However, early in 2017, a group of us met right here in the Buffalo Centre to refocus the club's efforts. That group included the then Senior Vice President, Junior Vice President, and the next 3 Rotarians due to move up the ladder, in what in modern day terms would probably call a continuity team. We realised that the issues that the town had were well beyond the finances of a small Rotary club to impact upon, but that the skills and motivation of our members were a useful resource. We agreed we should increase our efforts to work with other like-minded bodies in the town, working together for the good of Blyth, plus that rather than each successive president ploughing their own furrow in their year, we would try to go forward and build on what had already been achieved. but we could of course continue to support individual causes as they cropped up. Together with the various community organisations in the town, like the Buffalo Centre, Northumberland County Council, Blyth Town Council, Leading Link, Friends of Ridley Park, the British Legion and the Asda Foundation, together with our local NHS Trust, we've got out there and, as we like to say, got our hands dirty. We have supported many projects, and amongst these the things we've achieved is the annual support for the British Legion Poppy Day Appeal, Blyth's own food bank, the County Council's Holiday Activity and Food Project, which we've assisted for 7 years. We've run basic healthy eating courses for young school leavers, etc. in the town. We've done 8 of those. Oh, and then there's the Christmas hampers. The fundraising for this is a year-round event, getting the food together, distributing it around the town. The 2024 effort supported over 100 families in Blyth and cost us around £9,000. All of these things can only happen with the support of our partners, but as I said in the opening paragraph, it is the extraordinary dedication of Rotary members that makes Rotary's greatest gift to the world possible. It's its people.
This is why we do what we do at the Rotary Club of Blyth. We have received some wonderful feedback from the schools regarding our Christmas parcel deliveries, and we thought we would share some of them with you all. Thank you so much for all of your hard work and your help over the Christmas period. The stuff we got presents and food hamper-wise was a massive help to us this Christmas. Everything they do is very much appreciated. Was a great help towards Christmas. Everything seems excellent to me. Children and parents feel happy with this contribution. Phenomenal work. Thank you all so much from myself and my son. Blyth Valley Samba aims to bring together a diversity of people in the Blyth community and to connect them through the enjoyment of participating in music. The Lighthouse Community Hub is a charity which has been established to develop our community links, adult training and hardship support even further. A lot of hard work from school staff, trustees and volunteers has created something special. A network of fundraisers and a relentless chasing of grants has meant that the hub has recently opened a bespoke new development. The old caretaker's bungalow has been turned into a purpose-built community house. The community hub offers a playgroup, referrals to food banks and weekly distribution of food to families in need, Christmas present and food support program, cooking from scratch sessions for parents, eco-uniform scheme, weekly citizens advice drop-ins, local counsellor surgeries, community allotment, social prescriber support from GPs, basic adult literacy and numeracy courses, an outreach centre for Family Hub, and much more. We are now able to offer services across 7 days a week to extend our provision. We also aim to become a warm space, as well as opening our doors to more local community groups. RBL Poppy Collection 2024. Yet another successful event when we were collecting for the RBL in Asda in Blyth. Thanks go to all the Rotary members and to all the kind people who made donations. Blyth-based Silks Employment Project has been chosen by President Tony Platten as his primary charity for the centenary year of the Rotary Club of Blyth. The charity, which is based in Blyth Marketplace, was started in 1996 and offers free activities and support for young people aged 11 to 25 across 3 main projects: Teen Bar, Employability Project and the Detached Street Engagement Project. Leader Chris Anthony, accompanied by one of his team, gave a presentation to the Rotary Club members, outlining the life-changing work they do supporting youngsters to refocus their lives with a view to gaining mainstream employment. President Tony Platten is shown presenting an initial donation to Chris. Ukraine Day in Ridley Park, Blyth. Blyth Rotary Classic Car Show 2024. Blyth Live Event 2024. In recent years, the environment has figured high on Rotary's agenda and the club has been active. The image shows a day's collection of rubbish in Blyth.
Hello, my name is Helen Lockyer and I'm proud to serve as the Foundation Chair for Blyth Rotary. To start, I'd like to tell you a little about the Rotary Foundation. It's Rotary's very own charity, one that's committed to turning our vision of a better world into a reality. Over the last 100 years, the Rotary Foundation has spent an incredible £4 billion on life-changing projects around the world. This is made possible by the generosity of Rotary members and their supporters, people just like you, who donate to help fund this vital work. These contributions go towards projects that educate, offer humanitarian aid, provide healthcare, and enhance the well-being and culture of the communities across the globe. But it's not just about international projects. The Foundation also funds local community initiatives, right here in the UK. In Blyth, each year, our club president selects a local group or project to support with a foundation grant. We apply to Rotary with a plan outlining where the money will go and how it will make a difference. My role is to ensure we raise the funds to match the grant so we can double the impact through our club's charity account. This year, I'm delighted to say that our foundation grant, along with our own donation, will go to Silk's Team Bar. Silk's is an amazing organisation that supports teenagers as they prepare for work and training. They also help young people through any challenges they're facing, all within a welcoming youth club environment right here in the heart of Blyth. And they don't stop there. Their youth workers even go out as street pastors, visiting parks and skate parks, engaging with young people and helping them stay safe. This year, I wanted our fundraising to do two things. Raise money, of course, but also raise the profile of Rotary Blyth. So I organised a team of 20 Rotarians and friends to take on the Port of Blyth 10k run. We ran proudly in our bright blue and yellow Rotary shirts, joined by 700 runners along Blyth Quayside. As the only charity team in the event, I was thrilled when we were introduced at the start and cheered on by the crowd. We ran past the park and the beach with wonderful support from the public all along the route. Of course, we asked for sponsorship, but to make the most of it, we also hosted a party night before the run. It was a fantastic evening with live music, great food, a fun banana-themed musical bingo game, and of course the ever popular raffle. Thanks to everyone's support, we more than doubled the amount we raised last year. Looking ahead, I'm excited to keep building on this success. Next year, I'll either grow the number of participants for the run or choose a new challenge, one that's even more inclusive for all our Rotary members. Thank you for supporting the Rotary Foundation and for helping us make a difference here in Blyth and beyond.
Since 1985, Rotary's key humanitarian priority has been to rid the world of polio. Rotary spearheaded the campaign at a time when there were over 1,000 polio cases a day in 125 countries, paralyzing and even killing children. Today, the number of cases is down by 99.9%. Over the last 35 years, Rotary members, working with communities around the world, have contributed more than $2.1 billion and countless volunteer hours to the fight to end polio. Inspired in part by Rotary's volunteer commitment and fundraising success, the Global Polio Eradication Initiative (GPI) was launched in 1988. This remarkable partnership, which includes Rotary, World Health Organization, UNICEF, the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and more recently, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Gavi the Vaccine Alliance. These organizations work alongside governments of the world to end polio. Because of the efforts of Rotary and our partners, nearly 19 million people who would otherwise have been paralyzed are walking, and more than 1.5 million people are alive who would otherwise have died. Despite there only being a handful of cases left in the world, continued campaigning, health worker training and vaccination programs are essential to stop the disease returning and ensuring the world is certified polio-free. Over 400 million children still have to receive their polio vaccinations by the GPI partners multiple times every single year in more than 50 countries. Rotary members continue to be key players in many aspects of the polio program, including on the ground in a number of countries as well as fundraising and advocacy. Failure to eradicate polio could result in as many as 200,000 new cases worldwide every year within a decade. Blyth 10K Race, Blyth Running Club and Port of Blyth, the 6th of April, 2025. Congratulations go to Helen Lockyer, number 389, completed time 1 hour 23 minutes and 24 seconds. Aziz Shah, number 550, completed time 54 minutes and 45 seconds. Wallace Bath, number 39, completed time 1 hour 29 minutes and 34 seconds. Blyth 10K Run, the 6th of April, 2025. Well done to all who took part. Starting off at Whittledean. Rotary Blyth members and supporters walking a section of Hadrian's Wall from Whittledean Lakes to the Errington Coffee Shop, which is a total of 17,000 steps, which equated to 6.5 miles in 3 hours. Climbing one of many sets of stairs and tackling one of the many styles. The walk was part of an event organised by Rotary Hexham involving 15 other clubs walking the full length of the wall broken down into sections. All the groups started at 10 a.m. and the goal was to walk the full length of the wall in 3 hours, reaching the halfway point and finishing at Errington Coffee Shop. Well-earned refreshments at the end. The event was organised to raise funds for the Rotary Foundation, and the money raised will be donated to a fund to eradicate polio from Pakistan and Afghanistan, the last 2 remaining countries. A Just Giving page has been set up for donations.
My name is Rob Wilson and I am the Chair of Public Relations for Rotary Blyth. Today we're going to talk about why we use Facebook not only to promote events, but more importantly inform people of what we do for our community. We use this platform to engage with our members and the wider community. This actually informs them what Rotary is about and in turn may attract new members. Facebook posts for our club's activities helps it appear to a broader audience and makes it easy for people to share the event to others who may be interested. It also enables real-time updates and engagement with potential participants. Depending on what the post is about, someone normally will take a picture, possibly write some text, send the article to me for publication. Once published, this allows us to analyse the data to see how far-reaching the posts are. For instance, last year's car show, to promote that in May, the car show was July, it was unreal. Over 26,000 views that post had. Never known anything like it before. Over 138 people shared it. That's more people than what we've actually got in the club. So you can see how far-reaching they can be. Not bad stats. We work with various schools, young people on various things such as People for Polio, International. So it's not just about local issues we work on. Our Interact Rotary Kids, which has recently been established, decided to put the Family Fun Day on. It had wide-reaching audience with nearly 12,000 views, and that was a smash hit. So it just goes to show what we can do. But it's not just about events we have up and coming, it's about little things we do. So what have we done in the community? For instance, when we did the Christmas parcels, over 100 parcels went out, loads of views, lots of comments, and a lot of comments from participants who actually received those parcels. And they were saying how grateful they were for us stepping in to help them over Christmas. That was actually great. Rotary Blyth is its centenary year, and we continue to do what our forebears did 100 years ago. But now we have the power of Facebook to assist us. They didn't have that then. Currently our page has 1,700 likes and over 2,000 followers. Our posts get between 500 and 26,000 views, depending on what the content is. What we'd like you to do is like and follow our page. Share the posts when we put them up there in order that we can extend the reach of what Rotary does, not just for our club, but worldwide. This is an organisation which is in every country. Let us do it that way. Let them show what Blyth can do.
And I am a member of Blyth Rotary, and I've been a member for 6 years, I think now. But over the last 3 years, I've stepped up to the mark, and I look after Blyth Interact and Blyth Rotary Kids. There are 2 fabulous groups for young people to enjoy. What the bonus is, they're free to come along. They get free t-shirt and other paraphernalia, and they get to take part in some exciting activities. Both are youth-led, and they explain to us, adults, what they would like to do. We still adopt the ethos as service above self, And the groups have both raised quite a bit of money over 3 years for various different activities and projects, both locally and internationally. The biggest one is doing the Free Family Fun Day, where they'll raise funds so that the fairground rides are free to all the families, because in Blyth we have large families and we try to provide as much as we can for all people. Every event that we run is for everybody to enjoy and no boundaries. Our Rota kids have just done a sponsored walk and raised £340 for the local Red Squirrel Watch, which we are very close to because we're on the Isabella Heath project as well, which will look after the environment. Our Interact group raised £290 for the British Heart Foundation. So that's 2 that pledges already done for this year, got 2 more to do. They're a great bunch of kids. We need to emphasise that we've got some fantastic young people in Blyth, and I will support them in every way, as well with Rotary and other organisations. And also the schools. One of the schools that we do support is Newsham Primary, where we'll go in on an evening when it's summer nights and we'll help look after their woodland area, and we'll cut back the bushes and trees so the little children can just play in there without getting scratched to bits off overgrown brambles. And we've created a bird feeding station for them, and we've put fairy gates up for them to have a look at and obviously hide things around and make it a bit more interesting. Our young people for this summer are looking forward to the 3rd Family Fun Day and also doing some more work out in the environment. I'm really humbled to take on this role, because I believe that we've got to nurture our young people no matter where we are and who we are. We've got to encourage their positivity. We've got to encourage them no matter the hardship that the young person may be going through. They'll come through it at the end with the right support and need. And I'm looking forward to the next few years of running these 2 little groups. And I'm just hoping our numbers increase and the word gets out there that we can develop maybe some more community-based Rota Kids and Interact, because we are the only community-based ones in Britain, because the rest are school-based. And the beauty of the community-based one is we can meet any time, we're not restricted. And I've got to say a big thank you to our parents. So I don't know how much I can actually tell you more about the Rotaract and Interact, but it is service above self. And these kids do a very good demonstration of that, and long may it last.
What is Rota Kids? Rota Kids is an exciting way for 7 to 12-year-olds to enjoy working on important fun activities that will make a positive difference in school, in the local community and globally. Rota Kids will come up with ideas such as raising money for charity, improving the environment, helping the elderly or children. The sky is the limit. Rota Kids will make good friends and grow their confidence and self-esteem. This boost to self-esteem is at a key stage. It means Rota Kids develop the strength, knowledge, skills, enthusiasm and determination to make their world a more peaceful place where people can enjoy their lives. So let us now see what our local Rota Kids have been doing. Start of the Plessy Wood sponsored walk in aid of Cramlington and District Red Squirrel Project. End of the Plessy Wood sponsored walk in aid of Cramlington and District Red Squirrel Project. Our Rota Kids who had a visit from the Cramlington and District Red Squirrel group. Helen was presented with a cheque for £340 that the group raised doing a sponsored walk around Plessy Woods. They have also started another wild bug house. Sponsored walk from Ridley Park to Seaton Sluice and back in aid of the British Heart Foundation. Halfway point reached. Arriving at Seaton Sluice. We made it and raised money for a good cause. District Rota Kids and Interact Award for Outstanding Achievement 2024 to 2025. The club has a long tradition of planting trees on Rotary Way, one for each president, and planting crocus and daffodil bulbs with first school pupils. These lighten up the approach to Blyth each spring. As part of the club's centenary celebrations, President Tony organised a sponsored walk and quiz. Members gathered outside the coastline chippy at the start of the walk in their high-vis vests. The walk was 6 miles long, following a planned route up to South Newsham Road and then taking the footpath just after the new railway station to New Hartley. Then onto the avenues past Seaton Delaville Hall towards Seaton Sluice, and then following the coastal path back to our starting point. As you can see, everyone got back safely. The walk will raise funds for local and international charities. Christmas lunch at Laird's house. Getting into the Christmas spirit at our Christmas lunch at Laird's house. Centenary display. Members attending the Centenary display at County Hall in Morpeth. President Tony along with other members unveiling the Blyth Rotary Centenary bench in Ridley Park. The new Centenary bench now unveiled. Judy Watson. Here is Judy being presented with the PHF Paul Harris Fellow Award. She is the first female member to receive this award. Members in a wheel quiz night. This was held in aid of the British Heart Foundation. Shed Celine receiving the RI Certificate of Achievement. Past President Ian Wilson at his 50th Anniversary Presentation Award. The Rotary Busby Cup. The Busby Cup, so named after a fellow Rotarian from the 1970s, donated a sports cup, which was to be contested annually between Whitley Bay and Blyth Rotary as a yearly sporting challenge. The current holders Blyth romped to a narrow victory last year, so it was Whitley Bay to throw out the challenge. To green bowling at the local Souter Park Bowling Club. So, after a perfect warm summer's day, for a change, and after much debate on team selection, pub training, and a few prayers, Whitley Bay took on Blyth and beat them 4 games to 2 or 42 points to 17. President's Night. Immediate past President Shad Salim delivering the toast to our guests. Past President Bill Thompson delivering the log of the century. Rotarian Helen Lockyer delivering the four-way test and objectives of Rotary. Members and past members enjoying a drink and good conversation. President Tony Platten pictured with Caroline Pryor, Lucia Brigman, Eileen Barras and other guests. Easter Family Fun Day in Ridley Park, Blyth. VE Day celebrations, Blyth Quayside. President Tony along with Junior Vice President Addie, Rotarian Fiona. Blyth Town Mayor David Swinhoe and Deputy Mayor Rick Baker are pictured with Leicestershire from the historic light vessel LV50 which is anchored at Blyth. Leicester received the Rotary Blyth Citizen of the Year award for his outstanding work at the LV50 within the community, promoting the vessel and working with young people through the STEM project. The Captain Albert Carter Memorial Award, being presented to Club Secretary Peter Malone by President Tony Platten. This award was initiated by President Tony Platten during his year as President 1994-95 and dedicated to the memory of Captain Albert Carter, who died in 1994. This award is presented at the end of each presidential year to the Rotarian who, in the opinion of the current president, has made an outstanding contribution and given exceptional service to the club during the year. President Tony presenting the Captain Albert Carter Memorial Award to Club Secretary Peter Malone. Also present in the photograph are Junior Vice President Addie, Senior Vice President Jim and Treasurer Robert.
Good evening. I'm Jim Schofield, the Senior Vice President of Blyth Rotary. Next year I should be President of Blyth Rotary, and I want to ensure that everyone receives a warm welcome to the club, whether or not they are Rotarians. I will ensure smooth running of the club and be open to everyone. I have a fantastic team looking after both local and international projects, and together I believe we will achieve great things in the year.